Ooh,
And we're live.
we made it another week.
Yep, we're live.
Is this episode 5?
This is episode number 5.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Last week's episode was pretty long, I feel like.
Yep.
It was a good one, though. I'll say this, this morning, I have not taken any of those mushroom stuff, so yeah, I could now have like a compare from the last one to this one and see if it's any different for me.
Yeah.
But I have been taking them all week, so I don't know if they last that long. I don't know. But I definitely know, and this is earlier than we normally do it too, so maybe I'll be a little slower. I don't know. I already feel like it. I had some coffee, though. Some instant coffee.
Yeah.
I got from this, it's from this company that sponsors my favorite person in the world's like show and stuff.
Nice.
I can't say his name because he'll cancel everything. But I was when I got into coffee, it was always just instant coffee. Now this stuff's really good, actually. I think. I don't know. I'm not a coffee snob though, so I don't know.
What does instant coffee mean?
It's like this stuff you just
in the glass and...
Yeah, I put like a spoon or 2 spoonfuls in a coffee cup, and then you boil some water.
Oh,
and
yeah.
pour it in there.
Nice.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then with some creamer. I found some oat creamer at the Lidl, my favorite store.
Nice.
Which is good. I like that stuff. It's not dairy or anything. I don't know if that matters, but
yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool.
But yeah, this stuff's supposedly from Italy. High quality instant coffee, Italian. It was only like $12.
Yeah, it tastes good, man. You like it?
Yeah. No, I just and I can support, like-minded individuals.
Yeah, I think that's a big. Yeah. That's very important.
Yeah, I try to buy everything I can from this guy, the sponsors of his show, because they're taking a big risk, and all of them are veterans, and they're all just good American citizens. So, like, I've been buying the beard stuff, beard oil from, it's called like Beard Vet. They make coffee too, but not instant coffee, I guess. But their beard oils I like a lot. I didn't put any on today, but
yeah. That's sweet.
That's good.
There's a lot of cool companies.
Whenever you want a suit, they got the hookup. I got the hookup for that.
You just go to a tailor and get your sizes and then send it to the website or something.
Yeah, these guys actually, they do tours. They're based out of like Hong Kong, but they're Indian, and then they'll come. They were actually born in Hong Kong, but they're Indian. It's weird because apparently they still have Indian accents, even though they were raised in Hong Kong.
That's interesting.
Because their whole neighborhood is all Indian people.
Yeah.
So they just hung out with them and grew up with them. They still have their Indian accent, even though they were born raised in Hong Kong. But anyway, so yeah, they'll come tours around here, around the United States, and you can go in, and if you know the guy that I know, you can say his name, and they treat you like royalty, I guess, and they give you a big discount.
Yeah,
and it's all really reasonable, really cheap for a full blown super heavily fitted soup. And you can get anything you want too. They make anything. They make it all themselves, all handmade, all that stuff. If it doesn't fit you, you send it back to them, and they'll adjust it for you. All this, I don't know. Apparently, it's a sweet deal. And the guy I listen to, he always says even if you're a blue collar worker, you should have one good suit for church or funerals or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, that's interesting.
That's
what I'm gonna do for sure, because it is cheap. I looked at the prices, looked on their website and everything, and all the reviews, and yeah, it's legit. So
something that's kind of cool about that they're from Hong Kong. Like, I've been to Hong Kong a few times.
Yeah.
And like a lot of my teammates, they would plan out going to Hong Kong because there's a bunch of tailors. Like, as soon as you walked out of our hotel, it was some market district, and you couldn't walk down the block, dude. There was Indian guys. There was a lot of like Indian people. They'd grab you, dude, and they'd follow you for like 2 blocks, like trying to convince you to come in and get the suit tailored and da da da. And then a few of my teammates found like quality, and it was, dude, ridiculously cheap. Everything tailored, perfect to their bodies, like suits, tie, like dress shirt, like everything. And they would plan out like every year, like what they're gonna buy before they got there.
Yeah.
I never valued it back then. Like, I was younger,
right?
So this was like,
never thought about it.
It's a good idea, I guess, but yeah, I wish we would pull the trigger. That's interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, and you don't have to like go and meet them. You can do
Just
all
get
your
your
measurements
sizes.
online.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, one of the co-hosts, he actually recommended doing it as like a date because, well, have your girl do all your measurements for you.
Yeah,
and it's really intimate, and I think that's
cool.
They'll be there to walk you through even if you need to, but otherwise they'll just kind of show you.
Yeah, you can go to any like tailored place too and get your measurements.
Yeah, that's true, but I wouldn't want to do that just because I think these guys do it differently. So they have their like method.
Yeah,
I don't want to mess with that. If I'm only gonna go through these guys, I'm not going through anywhere else. Fuck that.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
Yeah, and they still support this guy that I like, and they've been like supporters for a very long time, like probably the longest one, but that's good because I like that kind of stuff. Well, they're not veterans, but they're just true good people. So
yeah, man.
Obviously not. Maybe they are in some army over there. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, that was a tangent. What the hell were we talking about?
Good people helping good people. Yeah, we kind of got the Joe Rogan style start of the podcast. We just started talking. We did say 3, 2, 1, and hit, we're live and stuff, but then we just started talking
episode 5.
Yeah, we started talking about suits and companies that are veteran owned, and where you put your dollar is important. That is like the number one way that we can help sway the system, the program, whatever, in the direction that we want it to go.
Yeah, they say
so supporting.
They say vote with your dollar. If you can't, if you don't vote, like even if you do vote, but you can vote with your dollar wherever you spend your money.
Absolutely, and why not? Like if there's a company, 2 companies make the same product, and one is owned by people that actually care about the country that you live in, or have fought for the country that you live in, or just want to bring back something, like localize jobs or whatever. Like why wouldn't you pick that company over the big box corporations that are just outsourcing all of everything?
Yeah.
It's like maybe it's a little more money, but like, dude.
Yeah, things are gonna be a little more expensive, but it's worth it.
Yep, absolutely.
It's like the Jocko's company.
Yep, Jocko's Protein. Shout out to Milk Protein. Just got a new load of that.
It's good. Isn't that stuff? I like that.
A new load. I stocked up on Jocko Protein.
We got a whole pallet.
Yeah, I got a whole 2 bags.
Semi.
No, it's quality. I love it, man. That's really good. Man, my brain's not working the best right now either. It dissolves really well for a protein, especially a whey protein.
Tastes good too.
It's not clumpy at all. It tastes good.
Tastes really.
It's all natural, organic. Everything in it is organic.
Yes.
And yeah, dude. And the sugar that they use isn't. It's like mung fruit or something.
Yeah.
It's natural sugar too, so it's sweet. It tastes good as hell. So I'd highly recommend getting it.
That's the green stew he makes.
Yep,
by far the best taste. I've tried a bunch of them. Yeah, and this like way better than a lot of them.
You're better than Athletic Greens.
100%. Oh, Athletic Greens taste like dirt. Yeah. This has that mung fruit. Yeah, the sweetener. think it's monk fruit. I think it's something like that. If someone knows, they'd probably know. Yeah. But he have he has all kinds of products.
Yeah. He has his supplement line, and then he has like.
I wonder if all that stuff made in America? You think?
Yeah.
It's got to be, right? 100%. It's like the mushroom tinctures; they're American made too. They talk about that. They even say it on there.
Yeah,
that's good. American jobs.
Yep.
But bringing
back manufacturing. Yeah, Origin. His company.
Boots.
Yeah, we've talked about it before on this podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get some.
Company's called Origin, and it's the whole goal of the company is to bring back manufacturing to the United States. So everything from they know like where the cows are raised, that the leather's from, that go into the boots and the jackets and the pants and the factory. Everything is from America.
Yeah, they opened up old factories that used to make jeans and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing that there's people doing that stuff, and it's like you will never hear that on mainstream media. So it's we're gonna do our service
right
to the 7 people that 7 is
go on
like 2.
Yeah. No, I think that's something like I would like to get into. I was thinking about that the other day. Well, I mean, his stuff's so good. I don't know, but anyways, why
starting a business like that?
Well, yeah, there's all kinds of options. Well, even the place I got the coffee from, they're like what they make is what's that, pre-workout is what kind of they started. That's all they really had was pre-workout, and it's supposed to be like one that you can have. They like, I don't know if they diluted it or whatever, because aren't you only supposed to take pre-workout so often then get off of it or something?
Yeah, it depends on the kind.
Yeah, so this one they kind of say that you can take it all the time.
Yeah,
there's something that's missing, and
I don't know a whole lot about that stuff, but I know like creatine.
I don't know any of that
like
either.
Creatine, a lot of like pre-workouts do have creatine in them, I think. And creatine's something that if you're supposed to cycle, because it's pretty harsh on your liver. That's
okay. Yeah.
I did a study in high school, a presentation my junior year about creatine being the next form of steroids. And I don't think that's the case, like having known what I know about it now. But it is interesting that you have to you can't take it every day.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that kind of sketches me out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can't be that good for you if you gotta stop taking it for a while so your body can get it out of the system or something. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a scientist on that. I have no, like you said, I'm the same.
It's just it's trusting your gut. That's what it's just like. If it's something I gotta cycle on, probably. There's just natural ways to accomplish everything too. It's a lot of people are obsessed and very into supplementation, and it definitely there is an absolute benefit to. I would love to get my blood drawn, and figure out what I'm deficient in. And whatever it's nutrients or vitamins or minerals. And just I've heard Andrew Huberman and Rogan and all the podcasts, they all talk about getting their blood taken and getting their blood work done. That's what they say. There's a lot of companies out there now that are making it pretty affordable to do that too. So that's something I'd like to do soon.
Yeah,
because that's where you need to start. You can take all these supplements, but if you don't know what you're deficient in, then it's you're you're throwing darts at a wall blindfolded or whatever that saying is.
Will that kind of tell you about the foods that are, or is that something else? Does that take your blood? Do you need your blood for that? You know what I'm talking about? It'll tell you kind of what foods are bad for you, your body, kind of, because isn't that a thing?
I think so.
Or your body doesn't like certain foods. I noticed just iceberg lettuce really upsets me, or corn.
Yeah.
Is that part of the blood work, or is that something separate? Or
I don't know if it's part of the blood work. That's a good question. I know that is a thing though. everyone is different. That's why like diets are always like, you know, like you want to kind of like find what works for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of foods don't agree with certain people. There's a type of diet that became popular like 10 or 15 years, probably longer. I don't want to say that. That was called the blood type diet or the something like that. I don't remember what it was called. The Eat for Your Type, I think, was what like the book was called that like became pretty popular that I am referencing. And it's just like a guideline based on your blood type. And so like type O blood type is what I am.
Yeah.
That means like you're better with fasting, better with like digesting red meat, like better with, it just gives you some guidelines. Like caffeine isn't the best, you know, like, and it's super true. Like, so I highly recommend looking that up sometime because it'll give you just some general like references, just even just Googling it, like type O, like blood type diet, you know, and
that's what
it'll give you like, and you'll think about it and you'll be like, oh, that makes sense. Like, because it said like caffeine's like harsh. So like I can't drink more than like a cup, maybe 2 cups of coffee without my body will just start feeling really weird or my stomach will feel really weird. Like, so yeah, there's definitely some merit in that. And then I think it's a combination of everything, right? Like, yeah, it doesn't hurt to learn more about yourself and like in whatever way you can do that and you can afford. Like, the blood work is highly recommended by a lot of very healthy people that we follow and listen to. And I know
Have you looked at where you can go and do that?
There's a company that you can
just
like
take a prick your own self.
Yeah,
and send it in,
I think so. Something like that. Like they have like yeah. I noted it down somewhere. I took a screenshot. I think it was just Huberman talking about it because their whole goal was like to make it more affordable. Yeah. So it was only like $150
Probably
or something like that.
Easier to do too.
Yeah.
If you can make anything easier to do, like you got yourself business right there.
Yep.
It's like it's all that's like it's just problems. You have a problem. Here, let's solve that problem and make that into a business.
Yeah. A
lot of people. That's why I just learned that about was it Netflix or all like streaming services. I think it was Mark Cuban. I think he was Indiana or Nebraska. Nebraska, I'm pretty sure.
Indiana. No, he's Indiana.
He was in Indiana?
Yeah.
So he wanted to...
Still donates to the rugby team.
Okay. So he wanted to watch or listen to the Indiana Hoosiers like basketball stream or like listen to their radio while he was in California or wherever.
Yeah.
So he like created a company that solved that problem.
Boom.
And then that's how we can stream like all this shit.
That's cool.
That's all he did was like, I want to listen to my basketball team wherever I'm at in the country, and started some kind of company, and that's how I think that's how he got his like big wealth gain there. I don't know what you'd say.
Yeah.
But a lot of things now. You start looking at business stuff, and you're like, a lot of these guys just had problems that they wanted to solve.
Yeah, and then it comes down like ideas are easy, you know, like everyone kind of has those ideas, but the execution, like that's what sets them apart.
Yeah,
is he executed on that idea? How many people said the same shit? You know, like before he was like, I'm gonna do it, and that's how it feels, man. Like when you're thinking of starting any business, you're just like, there's got to be 1,000 people trying to do the same thing, and it's like reminding yourself, who the fuck cares? Do it anyway, and like competition breeds like better products, you know, and like with healthy like it's good to have competition. It's good to have, you know, it pushes you to keep evolving the product or evolving the offering or evolving whatever value you're providing to the customer. So yeah,
there's examples in that everywhere you look. Just gotta look, pay attention.
100%. Yeah, there's a few simple things like to consider, like you said, solving a problem, making something better than it was before, or creating something that brings a lot of value to people. I think are like three like frameworks to think of when you're, you know, want to start a company or start a like invent
yeah,
invent something to help people or whatever, or evolve something that already exists, which has been done countless times. Like Netflix started it.
yeah.
It probably wasn't even Netflix that started the streaming. They're just the ones that like popularized it.
No, yeah, and that's like the technology that Cuban created. That's what they use. Like a lot of those,
That's
everything,
crazy.
iHeartRadio.
He
Well, it used to be
probably has
different
like
stuff.
a little percentage of all
Yeah,
of
now,
the.
yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like the guy who, like, the credit card. Like I saw this. Like, the guy makes like 2 cents on every credit card swipe. Still,
That's crazy.
like
Every single credit card.
every
Oh
single
my
one.
gosh.
That adds up.
Yeah, dude. How many people have credit? Like 2 billion? Like,
Yeah. He
holy
created that
crap.
technology that when you swipe your card, it sends a signal to your bank account or however it works.
Yeah.
And his deal was he gets 2% or 2 cents. I think it's 2 cents or 1 cent even. I might have been something crazy like small, but then you think about it and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, dude. 2 billion people swipe their card
Yeah.
one time a day. Like, that's a lot. I wonder if it's a cent to every dollar. That'd be crazy. No, yeah, just 1 cent. Even 1 cent, yeah, per swipe. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's probably doing good.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's how it is, man. Like, you just keep trying things out. If you're like, like I listen to a lot of entrepreneurs, and I've always been pulled by that. The Tom Billius, the Alex Hormozis, the guys that just have created crazy big companies, from nothing. Like that, it's special, man. Like there's something about that. And they always talk about the game, and that's like what they're obsessed with. And when you start looking into like how to start a business and like everything that goes into it, like it's a big game. Like I feel how you can get like obsessed with it. And that's what these guys all talk about. Because they are, like Alex Hormozy is like the best example. Like he talks about it all the time. It's like he just loves the game. Like he could stop. Like they all have enough money to live the rest of their life comfortably.
Yeah.
And do anything. Like they couldn't spend the amount of money that they have.
Yeah.
But it's like they know they won't feel fulfilled if they're not like challenging themselves and pushing themselves to grow and in different ways, and through business is like a very tangible way to do that and to show yourself that you're progressing, and and that's what they've become hooked on, and it is a game, and I feel that, and it's got to be so much fun, dude, when you make your like initial nut, like your initial sum, your initial million or 2 or 10, that you can just like know you're safe and secure financially, and then just start taking risks, like on other businesses.
Right.
Like U-Haul, for example.
Yeah.
What a great business to own. Like, holy crap, dude. They have no liability. All you have to do is get a fleet of like the overhead has to be buying the vans. And I don't even know if they have to do that either. Because they're like, like this U-Haul from Minnesota gets drove to Charlotte, and this one, like, so I don't know how that works, but the whole fucking business, like, they're not liable for anything. Like, you pay to rent the truck, you pay for the gas, you pay for the insurance, so there's nothing, like, they're just like have the truck, and it's crazy amount of money. Like it, like
I've heard that. Well, this is kind of the same thing, but I've heard that I think there's like a website out there. Like, I have a truck. People like that don't have trucks really need a truck a lot of times, so you can rent it out.
Yep.
I was thinking about doing that.
That is a good point. Yeah.
There's some website. Wasn't there? Yeah, I remember. There still is that one where you can just rent your car out too. It's like a car rental thing. I think it's the same thing basically.
Yep. But yeah, those definitely exist. That's a very good point.
It's kind of the same thing too. They pay like insurance for it. and on top of that, like everything else. So
yeah. So that's like, yeah, think about that. Like, so worst case that's going to happen is someone's going to get in an accident.
yeah,
If they didn't buy the insurance,
yep.
they're fucking liable. If they did buy the insurance company is going to replace the truck. Like, it's like a win-win-win for
Yeah.
you all.
Yeah.
All they have to do, you have 3 computers in a little warehouse section with a parking lot. And you're just cash flowing. I just never thought about it that deep, like, until this weekend. And just, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Same.
this is nuts.
A lot of them, like, what's popular, those storage units too. It's kind of the same thing.
Yep.
Minus vehicles, you just have a whole storage unit. Those are going up left and right all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, I see it a lot at what I do. But like groups of people get together and then buy it
Together.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
That's a good
just
idea.
split the profits up.
Yeah, if you know it's going to be profitable, like,
Yeah.
that's something that I wish and should be, you know, like, normalized to kids.
Right.
Because, dude, out of high school, like, out of, you know, like, start pooling your money with 5 of your friends
this is a
and
big one. Yeah.
put that money towards a loan and get a fucking business. Like, start a bit. Like, it's not that hard.
No.
Like, it's just,
were you ever taught anything about real estate in high school?
nothing.
I don't even think those words
dude.
were utter. Well, I shouldn't say. I missed a lot of school.
We both did. Dude.
Maybe it was, but maybe there was something. But holy shit, that'd be the best thing to do, especially when you're that age.
Yeah.
You can buy a house and live with your buddies.
Yeah, no one gives a shit because you're out of your parents' home. Yeah, you fucking put 6 guys in a fucking 3-bedroom. Like,
you could almost do that in high school.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I think you got it.
I think there's kids that are doing that now.
I know.
Like,
Hopefully.
Because they just YouTube.
It's genius.
Just getting wise to it.
Then you have a house.
Yeah. And you're on your own. You have a house. And you just sit on it for 5 years. And if it's in like a city, like Charlotte, for example, it's, is growing.
Yeah.
Sitting on anything for 5 years, like, it's going to drastically increase the value. Like, even if you do nothing to the property, but just sustain it, like, maintain it.
Maybe they purposely didn't teach us about that.
100%. Yeah. We don't know. That's a fucking black hole. Public school system is bullshit.
Yeah, that's a whole episode.
Yeah.
That's probably like 2 hours.
Bullshit.
Probably more than that.
There's a lot of amazing teachers, a lot of amazing people in the public school system that are there for the right reason, but the system itself is flawed as fuck. And it's meant to destroy our dreams and turn us into just robotic, just fucking workers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to. Yeah, because a lot of the
sidetrack.
Yeah, and we're just gonna bitch about it too. Yeah,
it does nothing.
Oh, it's done and over with.
Yep.
But yeah,
it's just stuff to be aware of. Yeah, if we're gonna have kids and stuff,
right? Yep,
100%.
Yeah, I would never. Yeah, I'm never gonna send. I would never do it in public schools. So,
but yeah, just instilling in their mindset of just like, 10 years old and be like, this is how to do it. And then by the time they're 18, they're like already doing it. And that's how you create generational wealth. Like we fixed the problems and fixed things that, we weren't taught and like we were neglected on, and we wish we would have learned as kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then our kids, they don't have any of that shit. And they grow up just boundless, man, like endless ideas and opportunities and just like limitless thinking. So it just fast tracks everything. They're not going to spend 10 years trying to figure out why they feel like shit or why life isn't fulfilling or why, like whatever, to come to the realization that, we kind of have woken up to.
Yeah.
And, like that's where middle way podcast comes from. Middle way. Like kind of in the middle, we've kind of woken up to the fucking. We don't want to be a part of the matrix, like the programming that just like wants you to just conform to society, and give up on your dreams.
Yeah, that's a good segue into our.
Yeah,
because we are putting this. We're still working on this. We're filming stuff, and then working on all the other stuff behind it, like the logo. I was looking at them. I signed up for a couple of where you hire somebody to like do it.
Yep.
And one of them was, I don't know, I don't want to say it on here.
It was shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was just
all
like,
good.
it seemed like all scams. It was all scam artists to me.
Yeah.
Certain. Anyways,
We can do
and the
that.
other one might be legit. I just need to. Need to submit my identification stuff to verify my identity. So
No, dude.
it's got to be a little better. I've heard of this before too, so
Okay.
it's not like it's a black market thing or something. It's popular, but
Yeah.
I just didn't sit down and take the time to do that,
dude. I'll ask Theo. I fucking don't know why I didn't think of that.
how to create a. Because we have a logo, but it's terrible.
Yeah, he
It's
could
just one
create
that
it
was
though
like,
too, because that's where the Middle Way podcast came from. Like the idea was first put into my head from him,
Mhm.
and then yeah, he does he does not podcast. He does a logo. Like he can make logos really quick.
Oh, really?
And he kind of knows. Like I've told him, and he's listened to. He's
Yeah.
one of our our viewers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
we gotta
dude,
get
I don't
that.
know why I didn't think, because he's just busy all the time. I just don't think to ask him stuff anymore.
Yeah. Well, we get that squared away, and
Yeah,
then it's
we will.
just the social accounts. And that's it. Then
Yep.
we can, then it depends on when we want to kind of announce it.
Yeah, deciding, how we're going, what the first episode is going to be like, and, because we're going to do the delve into your life, delve into my life.
Yeah.
Give us our background. I think those are important to record early when we've launched the podcast, like on social media.
Yeah. Maybe we could
So we
say
launch it.
season 2, and when we start actually like posting it.
Yeah, we could, because this could be all practice, and then if people want, they could go back and see. Because I have noticed growth in the few episodes that we've done already. Just in our communication and the words we use, and we are getting better at articulating ourselves. But still, a long way to go.
Yeah,
but
we did take a step. We did take a step. Yeah, we kind of came to the conclusion on description.
Yep.
The best way to describe this podcast.
Yeah,
it's something I should work on memorizing almost too.
We will,
or parts of it at least.
You can definitely memorize it. It's a paragraph.
Yep. Yeah, it's in our YouTube page now, and I can read it quick. I think it's a good reason. It's why we're doing this. So
yes.
A Middle Way podcast is an exploration of personal growth and self-improvement while following the middle way, a delicate equilibrium amidst life's peaks and values. Those are some big words.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Hosted by two brothers, Brant and Garrett. I'm Brant.
I'm Garrett. Yep.
The podcast aims to inspire and support listeners on their journey to becoming the best versions of themselves. The hosts discuss their own experiences, share insights from books and podcasts, and provide practical advice for personal development. The podcast emphasizes the importance of intentional conversations, vulnerability, and accountability. That's a big one. Mm-hmm. Through open and honest discussions, Brant and Garrett hope to create a space where listeners can feel less alone and find inspiration to pursue their own growth. Join the brothers on a quest to overcome obstacles, navigate everyday life, and discover the true essence of happiness. A journey where finding a better way is not just a goal, but a way of life.
Oh,
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so that was a big step, though, I think. And I don't know. Like, we're all set away. We're getting this down. We're working on better lighting and stuff, too.
Yeah, better lighting.
This looks way better already. I know that. I can tell. But also, I think, like, the camera option.
Yep.
I think I can get, like, even my phone, or what's it called? What are those little cameras called?
I don't know.
GoPros.
GoPro. Yeah.
And I think I can just plug it into the computer and then switch the camera to that.
Oh,
so then we'll have like a high quality, high definition. Because I don't know what quality this is.
It doesn't look bad. because it
did you watch it?
records. Yeah, because it records grainier.
Yeah, I know
It
that.
looks way nicer.
Yeah, it still doesn't look.
But maybe it's just because that looks so shitty.
Yeah, I think maybe our lighting will help too. Maybe we should lower this picture too.
Yeah,
so
we
it's
could
like
in
almost in the frame.
Yeah, it's a cool picture. We
Okay.
could. Yeah, it's kind of a little high. This wall could be filled with.
Yeah, you
cool
could get
stuff.
those like floating shelves, and then
some cool stuff on there.
Some knickknacks.
Stuff that is important to us.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, felt good kind of getting that out of the way. It wasn't that hard to do, really, especially with all the technology now. So
my hand
fell asleep. Yeah, these things are heavy. Oh, that's something we could, like stand or whatever, those things.
Yeah, those like you could like pull it to your face.
Yep.
It's gonna keep evolving. This is fun, man. I enjoy this a lot.
Yeah, we will probably get some ad money. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, someday, dude. Yeah, we're going to.
Oh yeah, then we can start. Yeah, I think when we start that. Sorry, not to get you off there, but I just thought of when we release it, we can start putting it out on like Spotify and other stuff too.
Yeah,
because I know this program uploads straight to Spotify.
Yep,
and then
that'd be sweet.
The other stuff, I think I can figure out how to do that. What other stuff is there even? What's the pod? Oh, Apple.
There's
Apple Music.
Yep,
or something?
Apple Music is a big one. If we could get it on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, those are like three main hitters. But then there's a bunch of like smaller platforms, and stuff too. So, like, I don't know if we could put it on Rumble and YouTube. Like, I don't know if that works like that, but yeah, that's a cool one too. And there's got to be a way to just broadcast it to all of them. There's probably programming for all that.
Yeah,
I need to put some time in this.
Well, I think this program too. Is it called a program or is it a
software?
Software, yeah. Is working on that too, being able to add it directly to other places as well.
Oh yeah, you said that. Yep.
This thing has been easy. I mean, it's been nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that it makes clips on its own. And
yeah, it helped. Did I tell you that? So, because it's going to record like full ratio, and then when you scrolling through your phone, those clips.
Yep.
The only problem is though it's that the ratio isn't the full length of your phone. It's just like
a little slit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it does get both of us.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know if there's a way to. Oh shit! I wonder if they heard any of that. But I don't know if there is a way with this camera to do that. I bet you can put it in like a video editing software or something. Probably do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm trying to think of like the group podcast clips because the clips you always see are always like one person's face.
Yeah.
So they're like it's the shows that like there's a camera on you and there's a camera on me.
Yeah.
And we're talking and I'm interviewing you.
Yeah.
And then like you have your point or I have a point.
Yeah, so I know it's
because that will easily work on like the format for your like your full phone screen, but like having both of us like sitting so wide on a full phone, like that'd be tough.
Yeah, I bet it will be because that is an option on here too. They even said that you can do have multiple cameras and then like all that shit just sounds like magic to me. Like how they like you upload it all together, then it pieces your audio with the video somehow. It's like, how the fuck does it do that?
Yeah.
But it apparently doesn't. Well, I ask myself that question a lot nowadays. Technology's insane.
Yeah, dude.
It's only getting crazier too.
Yeah.
But then there's also a point where I'm realizing like I don't think it's gonna get that crazy because there's a lot of dumbass people. Like, but there's the outliers where you get like the Elon Musk and people like that are super.
Yep. I think there's a big like I don't want to say like divide happening, but like education is free now.
Mm-hmm.
but it's also like it's the easiest it's ever been to not think. Like,
yeah.
So you gotta choose to like you've said it before, where you've brought up Jocko or Jordan Peterson, and the people are just like, who? Like
Yeah.
in whatever your friend group or just at wherever, like just around in public with people. And it's just like shocking that some people haven't even heard of these people that like seem like you like everyone listens to these guys, everyone
Right.
listens, like, or should be,
Yeah.
And so but it really is a choice, because your feed, like on social media, on anything, is going to be filled up with what you decide to look at. So if you're looking at bullshit, you're going to get shown more bullshit. If you're looking at people that are self-help, real estate people building businesses, mindset coaches, like you're going to see more of that. And that's what happens. Like that's how I found all of these people. Like it was Joe Rogan, listen to Jocko on Joe Rogan's podcast, and then I checked out Jocko's podcast. That's how it fucking works.
Yeah. How would you describe us? Like, so the example is we listen to these guys because it's enjoyable for us.
Yeah.
But there's people out there, part of the reason they don't listen to them is because they don't want to.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun for them. It's not something they do.
Yeah.
But then there's other, like I don't know. What type, like, what is this? What are we labeled as? Open-minded, or
Growth. I think we have a growth mindset.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we're constantly seeking growth.
Yeah.
And that's like a common thread with a lot of successful people. And not saying we're successful, but it's like that's like always, because there's always things you can learn. There's always more you can learn. There's always more ways you can evolve and grow yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a tough one too, or because I find myself like I'm getting more set in my ways, but also I've changed like a lot, back and forth on things, and like, so there's like a point, because I can see when if I get into an argument with someone who has different political beliefs than me and everything, I feel like it's hard for me to describe this, but I've came from that side and then I switched sides, and then that's like everything though. Like the type of food that I eat now compared to what I used to eat. Like I decided I don't like that anymore. So now I'm in this.
Yep.
So, but I don't know if you can do that too much though. So maybe like I have to start becoming more like, this is what I'm doing, or I don't know. But then I don't want to do that, because then I'm not opening myself up to like learning something. Yeah.
Yep.
But I think you have to be to a point.
Yep.
I don't know. It's like it's a balance, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's why it can be very valuable for people to figure out what their core values are.
Yeah, that has helped.
Yeah,
that has helped a lot.
Your core values can be that framework that kind of distills information.
Yeah.
And if it's kind of outside of your core values, then you don't need to give it time. But if it's inside your core values, but it's something that you may not disagree with or agree with right away, or you may be like questionable about, whatever, that's like when you can evolve your thinking, or at least entertain the thought. That's like true strength. There's some, or true wisdom is like being able to, I don't know whose quote this is off the top of my head, but true wisdom is being able to entertain a thought without accepting it. So like, or entertaining an idea without accepting it. Yeah. So it's able to look at so if you're a Republican, it's able to look at Democratic ideas or policies and actually take into consideration, is this a good idea? Would this help? Would this be beneficial? Without just being like, no, it's Democratic, fuck you. Like, no, fuck that. Completely blocked out. It's like not being able to entertain that thought is closing you off to the potential of, it might challenge one of your thoughts. You might be swayed a little bit, or it might reinforce your thinking too. And that's what will happen when you are able to entertain other thoughts as well. Like you're not doing it to like change all the time. Sometimes you're doing it to really reinforce, like, no, the way I think is what I believe. Like that, I do believe this fully, and that's good as well.
Yeah, I think that's healthy.
Yeah, but it's a skill, man, and it's very difficult, and we're not taught how to communicate properly at all, and so it's something to be really mindful of and intentional about.
Yeah,
because there is a thing like Chris Williamson has a great. No, not Chris Williamson. See, this is like I want to be able to cite people better. It's not Chris, Mind Architect.
I can't even say the name of half the people I want to cite.
Damn. Yeah. Well, he has a quote.
You can.
I can't remember his name, but he has a quote that life will present you with people and situations that will reveal where you are now.
Mm.
So, like, the people you disagree with, and when it fires you up, like, that's revealing some part of you that you aren't in full control of.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that can be very beneficial. But also, if you're not aware of that, it can just piss you off all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten better at that for sure. I know. It's people are very passionate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, you look like they're super passionate about something and they're super wrong about it. And you're like,
Yeah.
Then you can't take that to heart though. You can't get angry about it. It's easy to, and I used to just get like, yeah. But you know, that's what that is. I don't know. I'm done with this conversation.
Right.
I think we can move on to our next. We're going to talk about like our weeks again, probably.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, we can review the week. How long we've been
review
going
the week.
here?
We're at 40 minutes. 46 minutes already.
Yeah, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah. We can wrap it up too, man, or whatever you want to do.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was just moving on from that one.
Yeah.
So I could go down a road I don't really want to go down.
Yeah, it's all rabbit holes, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So how was your week? We'll go to that route.
It was solid.
Because our podcast was Monday?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Monday night.
We're doing it Sunday.
Yeah, it was good.
Today. So
yeah, today we're trying out the Sunday daytime podcast rather than Monday.
Well, the Vikings aren't playing,
evening.
so I can do it right now.
Yeah, we're scheduling still plenty of time. But yeah, no, it was solid. It was solid. It was tiring. Yeah, it was just It's a few days of work, and then we flew up to New York City to pick up a bunch of stuff with a U-Haul for my girlfriend's father, and it was her grandparents' stuff, and it was a big, solid U-Haul full of things. And then we drove from New York City down to Charlotte. We stopped in D.C. To visit some other of her kind of surrogate grandparents, who are awesome people. Shout out Bob and Barb.
Nice.
Yeah, they're very, very awesome people. Yeah, that was so that was Thursday. So it worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Flew out Thursday morning. Spirit Airlines.
Really?
Yep. It's $25 ticket one way. So I don't know how it was so cheap.
How many
or how, but worst.
Was it packed?
It was pretty full. Yeah, it wasn't that full. I don't know why. Like it wasn't that full actually. Like the whole thing with Spirit is they charge you for everything. So they charge you for your seat, they charge you for your bag, they charge you for
Did you guys get charged for anything?
No, she had to buy her seat, so it ended up being like $50 per ticket.
Yeah.
But it was a one-way flight, so that helped. And then we just had backpacks. We packed our backpacks and then just attached our winter coat to the backpack, and we didn't even have to put the bag under. Like we just put it up, and because there
wasn't that many people in there.
There was a bunch of room, and there wasn't a bunch of people. Yeah, so
that's nice.
We got lucky. The person that was in the row with us was a very small woman, so we had comfortable, like width-wise, but worst fucking airline seats ever. They're like plastic, dude.
They're
like,
brutal, man.
Yeah, they're almost like stadium seats at like a baseball game. So, and then the little thing that flips down is like 4 inches wide, like the little desk or whatever you call it, tray. And they still have you flick it up for landing. I was like, what the fuck is it? Okay, like.
I wonder why they do that. In case something bounces off of it or something, or
probably because some idiot one time fucking cracked it. I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
it's always something like that, like the shit that doesn't make sense. Like some dumbass got in trouble and then sued the airline, so they just fucking say fuck it, just put them up.
I don't think I'll ever fly Spirit again unless it's emergency. My last Spirit airline flight was from Minneapolis to
Vegas.
Where is it? It's not called Miami Airport. What's the one just outside Miami?
Oh fuck,
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale. I think it was. So it was from Minneapolis to Fort Lauderdale, then to Dominican, and like the flight,
that, dude. I'm flying over the ocean.
Dude, it was fucking packed. It was the flight from Florida to the Dominican was absolutely packed, but the flight from Minneapolis to there was, of course, it was like to go on a vacation too, right? And we get to sit down and everything. And I think we had the aisle seat and middle seat, and no, that was the savior. I had the window seat and the middle seat, and then some kid that was like he was probably 3 years old with his mom and like his grandma, I'm assuming. And this kid was not well behaved at all. This isn't even Spirit Airlines' fault though.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't shit on Spirit Airlines because it
attracts a certain kind.
I got there. Yeah, demographic people and assholes basically. And the kid had just been throwing up the entire time. You could smell throw up on him. It was like all over his shirt.
Dude.
And he's coughing the entire. This was a red-eye flight too. It was like from midnight to 3 a.m. or something. I think it was 3:50, 4 o'clock, whatever a.m. The whole time he coughed the whole time and was kicking my seat, the back of my seat.
Yep.
Thankfully, that no one showed up for the aisle seat, so I moved over to the aisle seat. But you could still smell the throw up and the coughing.
Yeah.
Just like it wasn't like a normal cough too. It was like he was fucking sick as shit. Like, like I don't know what he had.
The mom and the grandma just
they didn't care.
That's the way she is. That's
the way
they
didn't do one thing about it and never told him to stop kicking the seat or anything. And like you think they'd get the hint when I stood up, looked back at him, and then moved seats.
Yeah.
Like you can't just let your kid kick this. It's fucking midnight, first of all, too, and the kid's still wide awake and like he had to been 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, dude.
And yeah, that was my whole flight there. Then we're going on vacation. I'm like, well, we're getting sick for sure. Like that kid, like he wasn't covering his mouth. It was just. It's not Spirit Airlines' fault, I guess, but and everything. They all arrived on time, both, and flew back home that same way.
Yeah, they prioritize the engine of the plane works.
Yeah,
that's about it.
There was not much leg room or anything either.
No, I have vowed to never fly Spirit again. I've had so many bad experiences. This ticket was just that cheap, and it was only an hour and a half. It was an hour and 25 minute flight.
I could suck it up. I could suck that up.
Anything for that amount of time,
like for $50 too. Like
100%. So that was it. So that was a big reason why we decided. But yeah, dude, I've had a lot of those moments on planes and in airlines and people.
I wonder why all that. Yeah, I wonder. I'm still confused on the tray table thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
That and your seat has to be upright too.
Yeah,
I'm anti. First of all, that's the line. That's where America, I think, is divided to.
Yeah,
I never recline ever. I'll never do it. I don't care if I'm flying on a fucking 40-hour flight.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm not gonna do it. Only because I'm 6'4". You're like 6'5".
I know how it is to have.
It's fucking brutal.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's fucking All right, I'll let it slide if we're doing like a 10-hour flight to overseas or 12 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Sure, fucking be a fucking dickhead and put your seat back.
Yeah.
Like everybody always argument. Oh, we paid for the seat. I'm like, yeah, but these fucking planes aren't made the way they used to be. Like they fucking want to get every inch out of there.
Yeah, that's especially the cheaper airlines. Like that's the thing. Like they squeeze like the 4 extra last in, so they can put one more row of seats or whatever it is.
And me leaning back like this much isn't a fucking gonna make any difference.
There's some comedian that has a job.
It's like unbelievable.
It's just like, yep, time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Dang, good stuff. Like,
that's exactly
what it is. I know. Yeah, I feel the same way, dude.
They need to just lock all them seats, not give that an option. I'm fucking pro that. First class, you can because there's so much fucking room.
Yeah.
But everybody else, fuck you. No. Yeah. Your seats are locked.
It makes very little difference, man. Like I have tried to sleep. Yeah, flown a lot, dude. Flown overseas, flown on economy a bunch of times. Like that's the worst because now they're really packing them in, and dude, like, and it's 12 hours. You know, like you ain't got a fucking try. Like that'll make you question everything.
That's a whole episode.
yeah, but I feel you though.
Flight etiquette.
That's the thing, man. It's the common courtesy, dude, that I've seen like decline even in the 10, 15 years I've been flying. Like people just I've had
driving too. Same. Everybody's becoming fucking.
You fucking get a middle seat on a flight, it's like, oh fuck, right? Because people are dicks, dude. But like I've had middle flights, dude, where I've sat next to 2 gentlemen, both were my height, or a little shorter maybe.
Yeah.
Or sorry, a little shorter. And they both just knew the rules, like knew the common courtesy rules, like they both gave me the armrest, which was fucking awesome. And they both kind of just shifted like fucking 2 inches this way, so that my shoulders fit and their shoulders fit. And we had it was a 4-hour flight, and we had a very pleasant flight. Like we all were fine, and it was great. And it was like that's how easy it could be. But people want to get on there and be like, I'm the most important fucking person in the world.
Yep.
Fuck you. I'm gonna wear this big puffy ass jacket. I'm gonna fucking cough. I'm gonna talk on my speakerphone for some fucking reason. I'm gonna play music out loud. Like, bro, I've had all of the fucking.
Yeah, we should start a new airline that's just like the right way air.
Yeah,
and then
people have all the fucking rules. 3 strikes.
Yep.
If people complain about you,
you're done.
And these are the criteria to complain. If you don't give up the fucking armrest in the middle seat, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and we don't even need middle seats.
Yeah,
I'd rather pay. I'd pay more. It's like flying first class. Like, might as well. I mean, we probably gonna need middle. We're probably not gonna. No, because I guarantee you, people would pay
a little extra to not have a middle seat.
Yeah,
to have just
and be able to bring their fucking carry-ons in and not have to check it at the gate or something too. That's never gonna happen in our airline. You're always gonna be able to bring your fucking carry-on in, one a person and your backpack or whatever. That's still gonna be there. Because how many times have you seen that? I've had to check mine once.
So annoying.
Because I was because if you're at the end of it was flying home from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because our seats were at the way back.
Yep.
Of course, somehow magically all the fucking rooms gone. We're like, okay, well, why didn't they make the fucking plane big enough so you can fit everybody's carry-on in there that's sitting in the fucking plane? Like that's the point of it all. So then I had to check my carry-on, which wasn't a big deal for me. Like, I don't care. I'm a guy. Like, whatever. I'll survive. So.
Yeah.
But it's still annoying. That's going to be a rule. No budging. When you get to the gate, you wait until the fucking person in front of you gets their shit and goes.
Yeah.
Then it's your turn. There's no fucking, I'm grabbing it and then running down. No, fuck you, dude. That's the biggest dickhead ever, too. That's a rule.
It's so funny, dude.
No fucking kids on the plane either.
Yep.
No, I mean, yeah, no kids. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just do adults only one. Nothing against kids or anything, but we're flying here. They don't need to fucking. These kids are like babies.
Yeah.
they're going to Disney World and shit. It blows my mind. I can't remember shit when I was a baby, and I guarantee you that baby isn't gonna remember.
Yeah,
that's a whole. Damn, this is gonna be.
There's a long tangent, bro.
What was the other first one though? Oh, no seat backs. Well, that's the thing. This airline's gonna have plenty of room, so maybe you can put your seat back. I don't know. Yeah. I'm still working on that one.
I think afraid airlines are one of the worst businesses to get into.
Yeah, I know. I just charge
all airlines are in the red. Like, they are not profitable, but they somehow money goes
government
to people
subsidy
own them and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that because it's just the amount of fuel that it takes, and the tickets, even at the prices that they are, and the amount of people that can get in there, it just like doesn't cover as much as you think. But yeah, I like this idea.
I wonder.
This is, it's why having the goal to fly first class, like, it's a big deal, man. Like,
I've only been, thankfully, it's pretty reasonable going back home. During certain times, it was, I don't know, I think the last I paid was like $350.
Yeah, it's reasonable as fuck if you
from here. Everywhere else is
out,
different.
like, domestics,
and
like, within the U.S. And then if you plan it, like, you're good at buying your flights like early, 3 months ahead of time. Yeah. And then also if you had check bags, because if you're first class, if you have 2 check bags and you're flying for first class and it's only $150, like, that's your $150. Because usually 2 checked bags is like 50 plus another 50. Or
that's what helped me justify it, was because I have to, because I'm going back for Christmas. I'm checking for a whole week, more than a week. I'm checking 2 bags. And I'm bringing carry-on, or my backpack. I probably won't bring carry-on. Maybe I will.
Yeah.
And then even for my ice fishing trip, I gotta bring all kinds of fucking shit for that. So, shit, that was Watch my language.
Potty mouth.
Yeah. So it was just like, well, okay, Delta. I love Delta.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna shit on them. The airports suck in general. I think it's just.
This is a stressed out place, dude.
And I think its incompetency is taking over too.
Yep.
I mean, they just hire anybody nowadays.
Yeah, well, because they have to, because people aren't looking.
That's another thing. Our pilots are only going to be ex-military pilots that have like 1 billion hours under them. That's another rule. No fucking affirmative action hiring pilots. That's the most dangerous thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. No.
I think we can make money off this.
Good, man. It's just finding the plane. It's coming up with the initial sum, man. Or writing a hell of a business plan. Going to investors.
It's called buy your own private jet.
Yeah.
Probably the same price.
It's like exactly. That's exactly it. It's like, well, fuck, might as well just fly first class. Our whole plane is first class. Sell it like that. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting place. The airport is interesting, man. Like, some great tips that I fucking have used and experienced that make it a lot better. Be fucking nice to people at the airport, dude. Yeah. Because, like, the tellers and, like, the people at the food stands and shit, like, because fuck, dude, everyone is just anxious and stressed and fucking, and so especially the ticket ladies, like, they'll often, like, I've been upgraded to like whatever, like, exit rows and shit, like, just because I was like, how's your day going? And you know, they fucking, and like, listened and like waited for them to respond instead of just like, hey, how's it going? Like, this is what I need. Like, yeah. And you could just tell it, like, after 15 people, they just like are anxious and pissed, and then you get one person, like, it's nice. Yeah, it goes on. Can change a person's day, and like, being really grateful too is always awesome. Because they are, like, they're just doing their fucking job. But the incompetency, I understand. Frustration around that as well. But yeah, that's all fucking airport tangent. Yeah, it's interesting. Yep. TSA pre-check takes a lot out of that. Yeah, stress too. It's a good. Don't get that though, people. It's terrible. Thing. Yeah, there's too many people. Yeah, on the way back, there was a long ass TSA pre-check. Was there really? I think it's getting more popular. It is, but it still is quicker because you don't have
100%.
to take your shit off.
Yeah, you don't take anything out of your
bag.
bag.
So it flows way smoother. And the guys that are doing it seem to like know that it's fucking TSA pre-check, so they just are like whipping.
Yep.
It was that dude, yeah. The whatever, the guy that like looks at your ticket and shit, like to before you go put your bag on the belt to go whatever, like through the x-ray. That dude was a gangster, man, at the New York airport. He was like a super nice man, super calm, and he was doing 2 at a time. So while the machine, like it takes like 3 seconds to read the machine, he would grab the next person, and while he was doing that, he was looking at the ID, reading the thing. He said "Happy early birthday" to a person whose birthday was coming up, and then he got my ticket while he was doing my girlfriend's at the same time. Like, and he said "Happy belated birthday" to me, and like it was fun. I was like, "Fucking
that dude,
thanks, man."
Yeah, he's super efficient at his job.
Yeah, but
efficiency.
It was like a great example of how you can make a difference in people's day and life in any job, any situation. If you're just like, if you're genuine and just like care and actually fucking try, like it was crazy because you know how most of those people are. They're fucking just
they like the power too.
You know? Yeah. But he was like super fucking nice. He like looked at everyone in the eye and like it was cool, man.
That's good.
And it like made a difference. Like it made it nicer experience for everyone. And it was like, fuck. I wanted to like go back and tell them that.
Oh, another rule too for my flight I just thought of.
You gotta get off of that. Go ahead.
No male flight attendants. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. It's an interesting job choice, but I know the benefits and shit. So I guess if you like to fly and shit, like do it. But yeah, it's a it seems like it's all good.
Yeah,
no
it's the rule. It's my rule.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah.
So yeah, you flew to New York.
Yeah, flew to New York on Thursday and then drove back. We spent the night on Thursday night. Got the truck, drove to DC Friday and drove back to Charlotte on Saturday. So it was like 65 hours bed, like sleeping in the morning to sleeping last night. 65 hours. We fucking explored New York too. Like we walked all around.
Some sites.
Yeah, we saw the library, we saw the Rockefeller Center tree, we saw Bryant Square tree, and we got to go on the Union Station, dude. Like that was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just history and like everything is it's crazy, man. It's crazy, like how buildings have just changed too. Like it's like just tangent off on anything, dude. So we'll keep it focused, but. Yeah, just seeing like the old buildings compared to the new buildings, like everything is decorative, like just
the new buildings
window
suck,
framing,
right?
Everything's just
I could go on a tangent about that too.
Boxy and it's like we're dulling creativity. Like you can tell, like we used to appreciate fine art and finer things, and now it's just like how quick can we make it? How fast can we throw the bitch up? Like. And that was very evident when you walked around. And then,
I know some people that won't even go into new buildings
because of that.
No, part of that they're just like, the construction workers that were building these
probably didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah,
it's not like the old days. They had pride in their work and stuff. I'm not saying everyone's like that though, because I have a lot of respect for the blue collar people, but. There's a lot of people that just got the job because no one wants it.
Yeah, well, imagine working on a building back then. When you finished it, that fucking thing was a work of art.
Well,
like
I remember
to be proud of.
Yeah, I remember even like driving around Minneapolis with Dad. Like, oh, I did this to that house, and that house, and this, and that, and that was just the way it was. I mean, guys still talk about that. The guys that built the skyscrapers, they're like, yeah, I worked on the whatever fucking tower. Whatever the famous ones are in New York.
Yep.
And now it's like, I don't know. There's still guys that are like that though.
There's still dope buildings being built too, but it's the general. Yeah, we're speaking in general. Like, it seems that
it's going away.
Creativity is definitely gone down, and like it's all about productivity. Like, how quick can we build it? You know, and it's, yeah, you see it everywhere, dude. Like, how many of the same goddamn apartment complexes have you seen built in the last 10 years? Like, the exact same looking building. Like, it's like, that's cool, man, and it's cool, like, you're making money, but it's like there's no like art in it anymore. And yeah, but anyway, walked around a bunch in New York, realized and thought a lot about how volatile cities are and how like dangerous it could be to like like if something like what if the trash stops getting collected, or if food stops getting fucking sent there, or if the water gets poisoned, like you're fucking stuck in the middle of concrete and like no trees, grass, like just like no animals, like like it's crazy, dude. And then the infrastructure to like just house that many people and get their poop out and like get water to the building, like mind blowing. I feel like it's getting older. I just appreciate all that a lot more.
Yeah.
And then I drove a U-Haul truck in rush hour traffic out of New York. Yeah. And that was a fucking bucket list. Not really, but like, check it off. Don't ever want to do that again. But can do it. And people drive like dicks. And I realized it was a good experience because I realized very quickly why it's easy to be a dick in New York. Like, people drive, they use their horns to just fucking communicate. Like, they beep about everything. And then they just cut you off. Like, no one fucking puts blinker on. They don't give a fuck. Like, everyone just act like, and it's like, you 5 minutes of driving, you're like, fucking fuck you. It's just like,
it's different.
You wonder why people you're just stressed the fuck out living in an environment like that, man. Like,
I have a theory on that too. So, I won't get into it because it'll take too long.
Yeah, cities are interesting.
Drivers in general.
Yeah,
it's not getting better; it's getting worse.
Yeah, for sure. It's all the same shit, man. It's correlated to the same stuff. Like these phones, man. This technology availability is dulling our brains, bro.
Yeah, people are too self-absorbed nowadays.
Yeah,
it's something we gotta watch and keep aware of.
Yep.
Made it back though. Yep. Unloaded the truck.
Yep. Got a bunch of stuff and feel accomplished. It was a good weekend.
How'd you do with your working out?
Good. Still hit it.
Nice.
So I flexed it a little bit because we walked.
Yeah. I mean, that's a workout.
Yeah, I think we walked almost like 8 or 9 miles like the first day. That's Thursday. Yeah, we walked a long ass way, and then
that's like 40,000 steps.
Yeah, Friday we walked. Probably. Well, maybe it was like 28 or something.
1,000 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
the second day it was like
it's like
15 or 20. It was a lot. We walked a lot the couple days, and you could definitely. It was enough. I counted it because it was enough. We had bags on the whole time too, so it was like a little weighted carry action.
That counts a lot.
Yeah, and then unloading the truck yesterday, I counted that as well because we all were sweaty, and it was, it took about 40 minutes.
Yeah,
carrying boxes upstairs, like general workout. So I made a commitment of at least 20 minutes of exercise every day.
Nice.
And I've done that since my birthday last Saturday. So we're at 8 days, and I already ran today. So accomplished it.
Outside?
Yep.
Is it not raining out there?
It was raining. It's my favorite time to run.
In the rain?
Yep.
Weirdo.
Because it's it's the closest we get to jumping in the ocean. Because that water is from the ocean. So raindrops, it's like, there's a whole rabbit hole conversation about water, but like there's been a lot of studies done on water that it holds energy, holds memory. And so the water that gets from the ocean, ocean is like arguably the most powerful healing, like natural space because of that. And so water molecules from the ocean are in the rain here. So I always take it as like running in the rain. It feels very cleansing. It feels very like euphoric. I don't know. I never need music. I just like run, and it's just enjoyable. And it keeps you cooler, and you don't get as thirsty. Like it's all. I always like playing in the rain too. I always like stuff like that.
Yeah, never bothered me really. I remember it was cold. That sucked. But
cold rain sucks ass. Like warm rain is great.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of my favorite things to work out.
Or and it's super hot out and then it's cold rain. That's great.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
when it's cold and cold, and you're like, fuck this.
Yeah, dude, that like 38-degree rain or 40-degree rain. Like, fuck. Just play games and that shit. So yeah, that was good. And then I do a max out push-ups at the end of my runs just to see like how many I can get, and I did the most I've done so far. So
nice.
I'm happy with that.
There you go.
So,
good shit.
Yep, that's one of the things I made commitment to, and yeah, the everyday thing is nice. So I do a cold shower, a cold tub every day. Usually I do both or multiple, and then I work out 20 minutes a day now. I want to make that as normal as cold shower. So I've done the cold shower every day, every single day. I've done some form of cold exposure.
Nice.
For 5 years. It's like the only thing I've done every day. And then I've made my bed as well for most days, probably like 99% of the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's an important one. Years. That's a good one for people to start out something small.
Yep. I think the everyday thing helps a lot when it's like smallish tasks, you know, like when it's accomplishable in 20. That's why I made the workout 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I could, like, obviously I'm going to work out more than 20 minutes some of those days, but my minimum requirement is 20 minutes because I think no matter what, dude, even if it's like the end of the day, 20 minutes is fucking, I can do 20 minutes of something.
Yeah.
You know, and that's with the micro habits, right? Like, I think that can be really beneficial, like doing something every day, but just do a little bit of it, you know, like I talked about like going to the gym and like, you know, creating the mindset of being a person that goes to the gym. And that's where the idea of 20-minute workout came from. I was like asking myself, because I am a person that does struggle with changing habits or implementing new habits, or like holding myself accountable, like always like kind of like be really disciplined and then fall off the horse, you know, and then be really disciplined and fall off the horse. And I was like, why have I been able to do a cold shower every single day, but I can't, you know, like stay consistent with all these other things? And so that's where the whole like, well, maybe if I just say 20 minutes, that's like a small enough amount that's not intimidating, but it'll eventually create the mindset of where it'll just be automatic. It'll be every day I'll work out no matter what. That's what I want to get to.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Is like, no matter what, I get a workout in every day. Whatever that looks like. Some days it's going to be an hour or 2 hour workout, like training and whatever. Like some days it's, you know, it's just going to be the 20 minutes banged out, you know, but yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Proud of you. Keep it up.
Yeah. Thanks. Going to. So yeah, how was your week? That was mine. In a nutshell.
Was it? Anything big else happened though, or no?
Not really. Yeah, started reading my book, but I don't want to talk about it yet. I think it's
a
book I'm gonna have to read a couple times to fully grasp it.
I gotta start reading too.
But yeah, no, I listened to a couple good podcasts yesterday, but I didn't take notes. One was all about relationships, dude, and this lady was killing it. Like, just
What's
everything she said. I can't remember. It was on Diary of the CEO podcast. With Stephen Bartlett, and it was.
Does she have like a English accent?
Yep.
Dark haired.
I don't remember. I didn't look at her. We just played it on the radio.
That's probably the same lady.
But yeah, English accent, older lady, older, like 60s.
Oh, she's 60, man.
50s, 60s, something like that. She said she'd been practicing like psychology for like 40 years. So it's like, I just assumed she was like 60. But yeah, she talked a lot about relationships. And the only thing I'll kind of try to explain is like, she talked about relationships are like a figure eight in like kind of like habit forming. Like, I don't, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, I'll say that one thing I've, because there's a ton of advice out there for relationships and stuff, but a lot of these are progressive and they don't really touch on just natural instincts that us like women have and men have.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go progressive stuff.
What does that mean? Progressive.
So it's like feminism and stuff, like,
yeah,
that's kind of the world we're in right now, but they don't talk about the natural, like men are different than women. Women are different. So I don't know how this lady was. I didn't listen to it obviously, but that's something to look. That's what I look out for now. Because to be honest, like women do not have a lot of good role models, and a lot of these women that are giving relationship advice are destroying. Like they don't talk about the natural stuff at all.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that men are just naturally protectors and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. No,
Like
they throw out all this other BS that puts this in like the mind of these people, and it leads to divorce. It leads to separations. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't work for a reason, because it's not, you're fighting your natural instincts. Like nowadays, I think, in my opinion, I'm pretty convinced on this. Women are constantly being told to fight their natural instincts.
Yeah.
And they have to be all this other. They had to be boss bitches. They got to do all this other stuff. So when you find someone who gives you relationship advice, for me now, I started to look at, they're just telling this bullshit that they made up in college, or is it actual? Are they mixing in some of this? Because there's a ton people don't talk about that. They don't talk about how like women are just way more emotional. They have way more hormones, that like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Instead, they just say, "Well, no, this was way blah 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 blah."
Yeah, you
speak
they speak from a place of like both parties are the same.
Yeah,
and,
we're not.
And that's
yes,
not,
that's exactly it.
Yeah, that is something to be aware of, and I think she did a pretty good job of like recognizing like, well, men are more adept to be this way, and women are more adept to be this way.
Yeah,
and so that's why this and this, and
that's the tough thing. Like I struggle with even therapy too, like going to somewhere that are, because nowadays in college and these, like they just like, oh, we're all equal.
Being indoctrinated.
Yeah, it's not that way. Sorry. Like,
yeah, and you mean like you're speaking from a play of like, it's okay to say that you're naturally better at things.
Yeah,
right?
and like, I'm not saying one's better than the other.
No,
it's just
it's funny though. Like you can feel like even the tension. Like when you speak about this topic,
yeah, it's hard for me.
Yeah,
when I talk, if I talk to it about a girl, oh my god, like to a girl about that, then you really have to be like, I'm sorry, like I'm not saying, like, I think I always say this because I do believe it. Like women are magical creatures. They're amazing. Like they're way better. They're just, it's crazy. You gotta like hype them up first.
Here.
yeah. You gotta hype them up and then be like, well, actually though, it's like, because I've learned this over the years. Like I still catch myself doing it, shitting on myself for stuff. Just natural things.
Yeah, like natural.
And then,
instincts.
but society is kind of like, I don't know. That's a whole nother episode we can go into, because I do have I've learned a lot about that, and it's hard though, because you do come off like, especially you sound like you're like a bigot or you don't really sound like it. Yeah, sexist. That's the word.
Yeah.
And really, you're not. You're just like trying to make people understand that men are different than women.
Yeah.
With different everything.
Yeah.
You can't just say, there's not one like rule for us. Like it's, so you gotta, it's a tough, touchy subject, but
yeah, like, that's getting better at communicating too, man. That's what you're working on, because you should be able to speak on all that stuff without
and
offending other people, because you know the facts, and you're logical, and you're rehearsed, and you're articulate, and like when you say things, it can be often the way you say things that triggers people. Like it's even if it is the truth. Well, I don't like that you're fucking saying it that way.
Right. And we used to be able to do that because we weren't as sensitive and stuff, but nowadays you really got to work at the way you present things.
Yeah. Well, it's like those dudes that
but then there's a point. There's a point. It's like, I'm done. Like I don't want to do that, because if you don't want to listen, then whatever, that's fine. But I'm gonna lay out the facts and just be like, well, that kind of went back to that what I was talking about earlier. It's like, I don't know, trying to figure out how to, whatever we were talking about. I can't remember.
Talk about a lot of shit.
Yeah, it was that balance. Trying to find, like, I don't know. That's a tangent we can talk about eventually one day too. The episode.
Yeah.
Because I know I know what you're gonna say. Like, I hear the same argument like over and over when I do get that way or say certain things. Because it's not meant to be offensive, but sometimes you need to say it though. Like, people need to hear the things.
Yeah, for sure.
Then they can process it, and if they're like, that guy was a dickhead, and they're not going to listen anyways, then well, fine.
Yep.
Like, that's just the way society has been anyways. So
yeah, I think there's a balance. Yeah, there's a balance of like recognizing when it is a time to have a conversation or try to persuade a person. But if it's a person that they're closed-minded, there's no fucking point. Like, and wasting your energy, and that's when like you might as well be a dick to them because it shortens the interaction. And that's like, I just want, like, a great example is those guys, like people that sit at universities and just have the conversations, like they trigger all these kids, but they stay calm.
Yeah, and
they just present them with facts. Yeah. And like, you'll see some of them will change their minds, and then a lot of them will just still be like, "You're fucking racist, you're racist, you're racist," like, and just screaming in their faces. And it's like, okay, like, go away. But like, that person that wants to listen, like, okay, then we can talk about it. So that's the thing. And I think you have developed, like, you're very protective of your conversations. Like, you're very protective of like what you speak about and talk and like let people talk to you about, and like, and I think that's important. I think that's good that you are, because if you try to please everyone, like, you're gonna lose yourself.
Yes.
Like, and that's what you see.
Yeah,
that's what you see all the time. Like,
I did that.
Yep, that's a great point.
It goes back to the values.
Yeah,
like sticking to your core values.
Yep.
And what I was talking about was like before that. I can't remember what I was saying. After you said that, or before you said that.
Yeah, sticking to your core values. You having that framework of, like, when you listen to something, if it's outside of your core values, then it's like you don't have to give it as much time or attention, because it's not who you are. I think. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm rambling.
Yeah,
rambling a little bit.
Yeah. That all started my week.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were talking about.
Your week. I don't know.
Yeah,
that podcast. Yeah, the woman, relationship. That was the end of my tangent.
Yeah.
Or
jumped down your throat.
Relationship.
No, it's
No, you didn't. It's good. We have difficult conversations.
Well, it's something that I realized because I remember sitting there because I would look for a lot of relationship advice.
Yeah, I know.
And then a lot of his bullshit. I realized.
Yeah. Yep. Summarize what we're talking about is that we both believe that men and women are naturally better at certain things.
Yeah.
And it's physiologically we are. Like, women are better caretakers because they're naturally better at it. Not that a man can't caretake.
Yeah. There's going to be outliers too.
Yeah.
There's always going to be
but
maybe 5%.
It's saying, I know, it's just like when you're speaking, thinking other people are going to listen, trying to like make sure. It's practice, man. Like, but
and we're aware it's not black and white.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some very masculine women and very feminine men, and like is what it is,
in my opinion.
Yeah. But men, it's like physiologically, men are naturally have more muscle mass, naturally stronger, naturally more protective, naturally, better at doing hard labor work, like providing things like that. And women are, natural better at family and like taking care of the family, the household, like things like that, like making sure. And that's why yin and yang, man, like you need both, like to be fully functioning. You need the feminine to balance out the masculine. You need the masculine to balance out the feminine. If you only have masculine, which is a lot of what feminism has preached and like kind of swayed and pushed women towards, like you don't need a man, you can do it on your own, like it's an attack on the nuclear family at the end of it. It's like you're trying to take these roles away from people, and when a child needs both roles, like a developing child needs to see masculine energy example, and they need to see a feminine energy example. If you don't have both, it creates confusion. That's why there's so many problems with kids that come from single parent households. And single mother households especially, because that mom has to adopt a masculine energy because there's no father figure, so then that child is missing out on the true natural like feminine energy, so they grow up feeling neglected, and then everything is rooted to our childhood, and it manifests as an adult into often the things that we hold us back the most, because of things we didn't get enough of or we got too much of as kids.
This isn't really even an opinion. It's just studies after study after study after study. You can find this. If you want to look for it. You can find some other stuff that might say otherwise. I don't even know what there really is. If it is, it's probably not done properly, but I'm sure there's something out there. But majority of it, like this is something like I got into, was looking at it a lot. I know you know a lot about this too, so. No, we're not experts at anything, like we said.
Nope.
In our first episode, but
still exploring.
Stuff you pick up and like you really start seeing and believing, and you're like, you believe it. But my week was great.
Nice.
I didn't do much. Had a Christmas party at work, which missed one of my workouts. Then I missed today's workouts. I missed 2 workouts that I hit prior. So I had three workouts. So then last night, that was basically 2 workouts, because I worked out in the morning and then loading the truck. I felt I should have went in today, and then started thundering storming out. And
gotcha.
Skipped it. I weighed myself. I'm down 10 pounds.
Nice, man.
That felt good.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's big.
That was mostly all the water weight. Now it's going to be, it's going to start working more, start seeing more. I got a good routine going now.
Good.
Working from home Monday, Tuesday, and then going in the office Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Going into the workout Saturday, Sunday. Next week will be easy to do that, so no distractions next week. The Christmas party popped up, and that was a Wednesday, so I missed my Wednesday workout. And I didn't know about it until I think
fucking stupid. What the fuck? There's no alcohol or anything?
It was alcohol. We went to a bar after work.
Oh, nice.
But we had to pay for our alcohol. They paid for our dinner.
Oh, all right.
Which was nice. It was nice. And it was good. Cool. Good to meet some of the people down here and
talk to them outside of work.
Yeah, there's some good people. Everybody's nice. Like I had no problem with people at all. I just hate the drivers and the city.
I'm just getting older, I think. That's part of it too. We're naturally, I don't want to live in a city anymore, for sure.
Made the burger I bought last week. That you could tell it was way better than any store-bought burger. It was like, that the Pinkies or whatever. It was pretty similar to that. Nice. Pinkies might have been a little better, even. I don't know. Nice. Or I didn't season it much. Maybe the seasoning was off.
Probably do a little bit.
Yeah. And then this morning I made some, because the guy talked me into some pork sausage that they make too. Well, not they make, but their neighbors make, and they sell it for them.
Nice.
And that stuff was fucking really good.
That's dope, man.
Damn.
That's good.
I know you don't eat pork, but man.
Yeah.
It was tasty.
Quality. Quality meats, bro. It's like that's the important part.
All really reasonable too. That's one thing I do like about this. There's a ton of those little farms, hobby farms around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't do much. Just worked out Friday night. It's been weird. It's been because it's nice, like making that my lifestyle. Because once I get to a certain point, I'm not gonna have to go and work out Friday nights and Saturdays and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have a different lifestyle. I believe personally.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm down here. I don't have any distractions. So I can just focus on going to work, working out, and then other things, self-improvement stuff. Because I think I talked about that last episode anyways, right?
Yeah.
Where I just...
developing the habit.
Yeah, I would go to the bar and stuff and then get fucking thrown off.
Yep.
So now I try to not do that. Like, it almost happened Wednesday, but I got back on it,
Yeah,
And
that's good. That's a
I
big
was
win.
driving back Wednesday.
You almost pulled in.
I almost went to another bar. I was like, I had it in my GPS.
Yep.
And then I was like, you know what? It's not going to be worth it. Because I had like 2 beers. And then, you're feeling good. Like,
taste. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I hadn't drink. Well, I had a Bloody Mary. That's not true. I had a Bloody Mary on Sunday. But I hadn't drink like, I think I had a beer too.
It's all good.
But I didn't go to a bar. And then, like, I love going to the bars. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like, I just like sitting at the bar. Bullshit. So I got to do that for the first time since, I don't know, I went on a date maybe. And it triggered something to me that I just wanted to keep it going,
Yeah.
Because the Christmas party got done pretty early, like 7.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck, man. I just ate, had 2 beers. Now I'm like, I'm gonna go sit at a bar. And I knew if I went and sat at the bar, all I did had like 5 beers, and then I had to go to work the next day, and I'd feel like I'd have felt like shit, and I probably wouldn't have went to the gym afterwards. So in my mind, I was midway there, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not going. Punch my GPS into home, and then
had 14 beers at home.
Yeah, I'm just got hammered. I wasted.
That's a big win, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's huge. That's a great example of how like life comes down to decisions. Like,
yeah,
it is like yes or no. Like,
yeah,
Jocko talks about that too. Binary. It kind of is like you said no, to a thing. If you would have said yes, then that leads to other yeses in that category.
I probably would have ordered fast food or something afterwards, and I'd eat fucking shitty food right before I went to bed.
Yep.
Didn't do any of that. So I stayed like eating fairly like, well, I made all my meals, so
yeah, it's good.
Like, the burgers might have been the worst thing with the buns. I don't know. Ketchup, I guess.
That's big, man. That's big. Because that's what it takes, and that's what it comes down to too, dude. That's every morning at 5:45 or 50 or what at 6, whenever the fuck I get into the shower. I never want to do it. Like I never want to fucking do a cold shower, but like I fucking always do it because like it's like it comes down to that decision. Like if I don't do it, I'm gonna think like it just starts your day off wrong. Like it starts your day off with a fail, instead of a win. And that little win can lead to more wins the rest of the day. Like it builds momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're doing with exercising. Like it reduces friction. And the hardest part, dude, is getting started. Like that's what everyone says. And then then the hardest part is staying consistent.
Yeah.
So it's getting back on the horse. It's recognizing, like you have to celebrate that. That's a big fucking deal, dude. Like that you did that. Like that's it's a small victory that is an example, but it's a huge, that's big, man. Like I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep doing it.
Yeah, the workouts have been good too. I've been trying some different equipment and stuff, and like they have diagrams on there.
Yeah.
But you really gotta, some of it you're like, what the fuck? But if you really think about it, you can try to figure it out. So I've been doing the different ones. Like I've been kicking my own ass because I noticed too a lot of these guys that when I'm in there working out, there's some guys in there. They'll just go and do like legs all day. Like they'll do that for the half hour I'm running on the elliptical, and then they leave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I do a half hour on the elliptical, then I go and do like a half hour of whatever.
Yep.
So I need that. I think I need that first half hour to get into shape and like
get yourself warm.
Yeah, that helps too. But just like I know that's I sweat like a motherfucker in there, and then I go and do some shit.
Yeah, man.
And I've noticed because we talked about this too, like becoming more comfortable going to the gym and like being around other people, and I've noticed like. Yeah, I'm getting more comfortable being around other people because I notice, like you said, like everybody's in their own little bubble there, and they don't care.
Yep.
So yeah,
if
I
they
do that.
Fuck them.
I remember one time, this is so awkward. Like one dude was in there at the same time I was working, and then I left, and as I was leaving, he was like mid like squat on the squat rack or whatever.
Yep. Locked ass.
Yeah, and then I was like, what do I do? Do I say bye? So I said bye. Yeah. It's like so weird. Like, he was just like, okay. Was he gonna wave to me?
Whatever.
I don't know why I panicked, and like it was so dumb. That was not like that was just a weird thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
But no, because then now it wants me to be like, all right, fuck. Well, because I usually don't get home until what time do I even get home? Like 7:30 now. That sucks, kind of. Yeah. So now I'm like, well, maybe I can go in earlier and work out because I know it's gonna be busier. That's the only thing.
No, the gym before work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's no one's there afterwards. A couple people.
Okay.
So, but the more comfortable I get with going to the gym, the less I worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's can be some advice to people that are starting out.
Yeah.
Gym. You get more comfortable. You do. Yep. And you start seeing the same people too.
That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool when you go to the same spot consistently. Because then you start noticing their progress. And
so a question for you is, so last week I was doing, we'll say 30-pound like dumbbells. And this week I was like, I'm just going to go up. So I went up 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Would you suggest that, or would you suggest slower, like gradually going up like slower than that week by week, or should I do like
no, dude,
just do what you can do? I guess.
So it's all about like maintaining form, ideally.
Yeah.
So you want to push yourself to where the last couple reps of your last set, you're like struggling, but you're not losing form.
Okay, that's where I was. This last one.
So you're still getting it up, and it might slow down a little bit, but you don't want to be doing all this shit.
Yeah.
Like at the end on your last couple reps. So you want to push it, and so if you're completing all of your sets and reps, I mean,
okay.
So what
I think where I'm at right now,
my very first workout routine that got me hooked, actually, like in high school, it would say put your weight in, and then it had a little box for an up arrow, a down arrow, or an equal sign.
Okay.
So you would do your whole set, or your whole like your whole set or your whole block or whatever, and then you would write like arrow up or arrow down, like meaning like I did all of that and it was pretty fucking easy and I had great form. Okay. So put an arrow up. So now I'm going to increase. So next week I look at that same sheet and it's like, okay, I did 135 or I did 30s. So now I'm going to do 35. Okay. That's absolutely how you should do it. Okay. And you can make bigger jumps too if you are capable of finishing the sets and reps, right? Yeah. But doing it that way and having the patience and building consistently, that is the absolute best way to do it. So what happens is people get impatient with that process. So, and they'll jump up, 30, 40 pounds and you fuck your whole form up or you injure yourself. So having the patience to go up 5 pounds every week, like that's a great, like think about that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you increase it 5 pounds every week, 5-pound dumbbells every week, on your sets and reps, in 5 weeks you're gonna put on 25-pound dumbbell. Like that's going from a 30 to a 55-pound dumbbell. Yeah. Now, you might hit a plateau, and that's like where you want to be aware of, like, maybe you do the same weight next week, and that's okay. But it's all like there's a lot of variables that play into it too. The amount you sleep, how fresh you're feeling that day, all that stuff. But no, it's a great question. You're doing it right. No, that's very absolutely increase your weight, especially if increase your weight if you're completing all of your sets and reps with ease, without any struggle, without any lactic acid building up. Like then you're moving the weight, but you're not really gonna get your your muscle fibers to tear, then create the growth that you want.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, this week definitely felt I was pretty close to. I feel like I probably could have went maybe a little more, but I wouldn't have been, like you said, my form wouldn't have been as good at for sure. Because I knew I was struggling at the end on a couple different ones. So
yeah, it's good. Just keep that in mind. The
form. That's good to know.
Break form. No, it's cool, man. It's exciting.
Yeah, the form. That's a key. It's all things you work on. Because for me, I had terrible. I would say I had like I wasn't even aware of form. I was just throwing up weights until you told me that. Too. This is back when you came to my apartment. Show me some stuff in there. So
yeah,
the whole form thing. Yeah, that's important.
There's so much, dude. There's so much I can show you. Like there's so much. Like it's just a continual evolution of just like the more you do, the more you can do. Like, so just keep consistent and like. I would love to work out with you, man, like consistently and like get to that point, where because fuck, man, like it can be very fun and like stay consistent, man, because we're documenting this shit now,
right?
Too.
Yeah, that's
that's
what
a little extra
part. That's what even I thought that on Wednesday or when I woke up Thursday, and I was like, no, I gotta talk about this on the podcast, so I don't want to take any.
Imagine when you're fucking jacked in 2 years. I know. Sitting on here. You'd be like, remember when I was baby?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was.
Mad shit about yourself.
I was looking at that. Like, even if you look at it, in like 9 months, I'll be here a year. Mm-hmm. So I have 9 months to go to like in a whole year down here. And I thought, like, well, can you imagine if I work out all those 9 months? I didn't done that for like ever probably in my life.
Yeah, you absolutely change.
Yeah.
Everything, the way you look completely.
Yeah.
In that amount of time.
It's been crazy.
David Goggins lost 100 pounds in fucking 3 months. So,
yeah. I believe, like, I think I can do that even if I do 5 days a week too. Mm. So that first week I was broken, like for sure after that first workout you guys did, and then but then I pushed through that. That was the first day I worked out, and then I had to work out the next 4 days with that pain. So I did it though, just because mentally it helped. Like be like, all right, and then I made sure to kind of get like I went hard on like Tuesday because I knew I felt like I needed to kind of get close to that feeling you guys gave me Wednesday. Yep. My body I was planning on, I should have went in today. Maybe I still will. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I'll make it up this week coming up. So
yeah, there's dumbbells and shit out there, dude.
Yeah, but I also know I need to fucking rest too, because when I came back Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever, Thursday, I started my workouts. I felt way better, and that's when I moved up 5 pounds. Yeah, I felt way better, felt stronger.
Yeah,
so it makes sense. Yeah,
the muscle isn't built during the workout; it's built during the rest. So that's like a very common misconception. But it's like for where you're at, like it's you're trying to drop a lot of weight. Yeah. So it's like you want to kind of push yourself a little bit, past your comfort, past your limit, like to just keep losing, the body mass and you, I
think that the 30 minutes of kind of cardio in the beginning is probably I think that's at least my thought. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, that's why also people do like, fuck, man. I feel so ignorant. Like it's a great example of like if you don't use it, you lose it type of thing. Like I used to have all of this stuff so much more readily available to speak on, but yeah, like, fucking hell, I lost my thought explaining my thought. Yeah.
It's getting that time anyways. Yeah. We went way over than we said we were
consistent. Stay consistent. Just keep showing up, man. And yeah, like, oh, that's why people block out, like, they'll do back and bicep, you know, chest, shoulder, try one day, legs, back and bicep, you know, like, because you give, so I do legs on Monday,
you get your rest,
and you give your legs, 2 days to rest while you're doing your other month, and then while you're resting your back. Like, I think you're probably hitting a lot of the same muscles every day.
I try not to, but yeah, I know I am.
Good. That's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, like, if you want to start breaking it up, just think about, like, okay, today I'm gonna do back, so do like all the pull-ups, and, you know, all your rows, and
yes, that's the part.
Pull downs.
That's the part of not understanding how all these machines work and stuff. Like, if you come in or whatever one day,
you can do that
and just show me how that all works.
Yeah, I'm off on Saturdays. Maybe this Saturday.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, if you get free time, whatever. I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah. Well, I think this was another good one. Went too far. Probably could have had like 10 episodes in this one or two.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Tangents. Yep. I went with no hat this time.
Nice.
That was the thing I did this week too. Is I got a haircut. Ooh. Yeah, we both got haircuts. My haircut lady was the best fucking haircut lady I've ever had.
Nice.
She told me all this hair stuff I didn't know about.
Yep.
So now,
another example of you can make a difference in any job.
Yeah, it was weird too because we started out. She's like, "Oh, how's it going?" I was like, "Good. How's your day going on?" And then it was just silence. Yep. And then she goes, "Do you wash your hair every day?" And I was like, "No. Should I be?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well," she's like, "No, that's a good thing."
Yep.
And then she just gave me all kinds of, it like opened the floodgates for her to just, and but I was very receptive of it. I was like, because I didn't know this, to be honest. Like,
fuck yeah, dude.
100% of the things she told me.
Yep.
I was like, damn. I was like, that's the greatest. That's the best advice. I never like. I appreciate all the advice she just gave me. So I got some, like, she said my hair is very dry. It's super thin hair, but it's dry. It gets dry really easy. Mm-hmm. I guess she was telling me. So she gave me some conditioning.
Yep. Leave-in conditioner.
Yeah, leave-in conditioner. Yep. I never knew that was a fucking thing.
Yeah, it's got some nutrients.
I'm 36 years old.
Yeah, bro.
Didn't know that was a thing.
I feel you. I only learned that.
And she told me you can wash your hair like once or twice a week with super conditioning shampoo. Mess it all up when you're drying it. It's not good for it. Just push it down. She's like, use these different. Don't use a cotton towel or something, or even a microfiber or something. I don't know if it was cotton.
I suppose too, if you like, really, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, you're like tearing up your roots and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she's like, if you can use a different fabric pillowcase, like a silk or something.
Yep.
It's better for your hair.
Yeah.
All this stuff. I was like, I had never thought of that. Because I was like, well, no one in my family is bald.
Yeah.
Like, on mom's side or dad's side. But I was like, when I was a kid, middle school, it was a fucking gel.
Yeah.
And that stuff cannot be, whatever's in that. And it was like caked on every day.
Yeah.
You could hit my hair and you could hear the crunch, crunch. Like,
yeah.
That shit is not, that could not have been good.
Yeah. You fucking always.
And then probably using all the shampoos and stuff, because I would shampoo my hair every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Head and shoulders, fucking.
So I think this is just from chemicals, dude.
Yep. It could be, man. Yeah. It absolutely could
kill my hair.
I had noticed shaving my head, like, I even got some little hair loss.
Yeah.
I've
noticed it. I noticed it today with a lot of people like my age.
Yeah.
And I think it is the gels and shit we're putting in our hair back in the day.
That was like a new thing. Hair gel was like very new.
Yeah, what did they put in it before?
Fuck.
Shoe polish?
Yeah, I know. Mousse, like fucking hairspray.
Yeah, that probably wasn't good.
all that shit's not good, dude. It's just full of fucking chemicals, man. Like, try to get natural products too. Like,
yeah, she said that was big. Yeah, she's like, you gotta be aware of the chemicals you're putting in your hair.
400 fucking ingredients on the back of most soaps. Like, that shouldn't be the case.
Just eats it away.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point though. So, but
Dad has a good head of hair, and he just shampooed his hair. He never put gel and shit in his hair. So.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. That's an anomaly, dude. Got great teeth, never went to the dentist. Got fucking great hair, never fucking only used Head and Shoulders. Wash his hair every day. Fucking got great skin, never fucking only use Irish Spring bar soap. Our whole fucking life.
Well, that probably was. Well, they say you don't even need to use soap and stuff nowadays or something. I don't know. Yeah,
no, it's yeah. I know the shampoo thing. Shampooing your hair isn't good. Shampooing it every day because it makes it more oily, and you got natural hair oils that are nutrient healthy for your hair. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. It's a good way to end it.
But, yeah, it was a good one. Anything you want to say to end it, or are you good?
No.
Didn't we come up with like
be great? Yeah, we're just gonna say things.
Don't stop battling.
Yeah, keep fighting, keep getting back on the horse, yourself. Man. Yeah, show up for yourself.
Don't give up.
Yep, keep getting back on the horse, man. It's never perfect, but you can always keep making progress. Chip away every day. Just something small. Win the day, man. Win the day. Win the day, you win the week. You win enough days, you win the week. You win enough weeks, you win the month. You win enough months, you win the year. It all comes back down to those decisions. To not go to the bar and get solid sleep and go to the gym the next day. It comes down to like little decisions every day. It's climbing a mountain.
Yeah,
one step at a time. So
it's good.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Peace.
I'll see you guys.